This is Angel from Stewberries, and I'm coming to you from inside my pantry because we're gonna start tackling this disaster, and I'll give you a peek in just a minute, but we're starting off with these roller crates. As you can see, my pantry is a mess. There's some kind of organization, but it definitely has room for improvement. Now I gotta tell you, before I made these roller crates, everything down on my bottom shelf was stored on the floor. I had some little baskets in there, but they weren't very effective. But these, with the roller crates, you pull out whatever you need, and then there's wheels on the bottom so you can roll it out, and people are more likely to put it back. Here's everything you're gonna need. 4 3/4 inch square dowels. You're gonna need 3 boards to support the bottom, 8 narrow sideboards, and you're gonna need 8 long sideboards. All of the dimensions are gonna be in the description box. 18 gauge brad nailer, a drill, 1 inch screws, some 1/2 inch screws to support the wheels, and some wood glue. And these decorative corner braces just to add a little pizzazz. And I also use this mallet just to knock some things into place. And don't forget the wheels. We're starting this project with a little wood glue on one of the long sideboards and a 3/4 inch dowel. You want to line them up so that the board is even with the top, and I'm using the Craig clamp to hold everything in place. And you can see I'm using the mallet just to tap to make sure that they're perfectly even, and I'm using 1.5 inch brad nails to go ahead and secure that board. You want to wipe away any excess glue that oozes out, because once it dries, it'll be really difficult to remove that. And you're going to do the same thing with the bottom. The glue here is super important because that's really what's going to hold your crate together for the long term. The brad nails are really just holding it in place while the glue dries. For each board, I'm driving in 2 brad nails and putting glue on each piece. Now I've completed one of the long sides of my crate already, and so I'm just making sure that the second side is lining up with the first side. So I just laid it over top and lined the boards up with my fingers. 2 brad nails, booyah. These are untreated pine boards that I got from Lowe's. I cut them all down to the dimensions using my miter saw, and I just set up a stop block and made all the cuts. I actually put together 4 of these crates at one time. So once all those boards are connected, you can see what a small hole that the brad nailer makes, barely noticeable. You're gonna add glue to all the 4 sides of those long boards and put another 3/4 inch dowel. The height of the dowel is what determines the height of your crate. So if you want to make a larger crate, then you would cut your dowels taller and then space your boards out accordingly. And now's a great time to talk about subscribing to our channel if you haven't already done so. We're putting out videos about DIY, creating a modern farmhouse, and you don't want to miss it. We're having a good time here at Stewberries, so go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. So now that I have that side finished, I'm going to begin working on the short side of my crate. And you put this side together just the same way that we did the long side, except you may need a second set of hands to hold those boards. I managed by myself, but a second set of hands would have really helped. You're just lining those short boards up with the long boards, and you are nailing it into the opposite end of that 3/4 inch dowel. You notice the boards are pressed up against each other in the middle, and the dowel is what is making the corners. And this is my second side. I had already completed earlier. I applied glue. I laid this side on top, and I'm just using the brad nailer to drive in 2 brad nails per board. And now I'm starting the bottom. I applied glue, I lined it up with the board on the bottom, and these do not have to be perfect. And I just fit them in and use the brad nailer to drive 3 screws on that one, because this board is a little bit wider than the boards we used for the sides. For this last one, I used a small 1x2 to just hold that middle board in place. And that is the finished box. And now we're gonna add the corner braces and the wheels. And you can see I have placed the corner brace up there, and I'm just pre-drilling the hole so that it doesn't split the wood. And then I'm driving in the screws that came with the braces. And I just repeat this process for all 4 sides of the crate. Pre-drill, screw. You could also just put these corner braces on just the front side if you want a cost-effective solution, and if they're going to be in your pantry kind of like mine, or you just see them straight on, you really don't need the corner braces on the back side because they're not really seen. If you didn't want to, it's up to you. Here I'm adding the wheels, and just like the corner braces, I pre-drilled them, and I just make sure that one of the screws goes into the sideboard and the corner brace. So that is what's holding it all together. And there you go, wooden crate magic. So let us know down in the comments if you can use this extra storage in your house, and where would you put them? Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next one.